On to our second topic here at the Weekly News Roundup. Today we want to talk a little bit about these scammers are keeping up with the times. Are you? So we see a lot of scams all the time. Of course, I talked about some of those email scams. And then shortly after that, of course, we got some details about how that scam worked and things like that. And the thing is, though, is that scammers are really keeping an eye on the struggles of common people. And they are utilizing the struggles of those common people in order to engage in a number of scams. So I usually see scams and include a few of the scam things. But all of these were stuff that's very relevant to our modern society right now. Of course, one of the modern issues we have in society is there's a lot of jobs being lost, a lot of people being laid off. AI is taking a lot of these jobs. And if you watch, and I watch a couple of job recruiters, which is kind of funny. It's just a world I have no part in because it's like I have enough clients and stuff going on. I'm good. So I'm not even sure. I'm not sure if I'd want to continue on the world if I had to find a job. I don't know. But you see all these, and one of the things that we see that we seriously need some policy against, we see a lot of ghost jobs where, companies put these job postings out there but have no intention to hire them. We see a lot of scam jobs. So they're not actual legitimate positions. They're just fishing for more information. And I got to say, man, if you are expected to hand out every bit of information about you and your job history and everything else to some nebulous place on the internet, this is the greatest place for scams. And so right now, with many people saying it's taking forever to find a job, you're accepting any job interview you find. Unfortunately, that might mean many of you being interviewed for MLM scams and crap like that. But this one's even worse, believe it or not, somehow. So this was a job interview. So be careful responding to unexpected job interviews. One of our customers was contacted on LinkedIn about a job offer. So of course, you got to have that LinkedIn profile and then use all of that. And then with all of the LinkedIn job offer stuff, then you'll get amazing offers from companies. You'll get amazing offers from scammers. So they found the LinkedIn policy profile. The scammer sent out the job offer, the invite for an interview. The initial message was followed up by an email. So they had all this interview stuff. And then what they ended up doing is sending you a link, which was supposedly to Zoom, but when you actually got here, it's not actually Zoom. You click on the view invitation button here, and it pops you up with a thing saying, hey, we need to update your Zoom app. Click here now. You're like, oh, I got to update my Zoom app. I don't want to miss my job interview. So you click the button without thinking about it, and you have just installed malware onto your computer. Now people are already scraping every bit of data about you. Now, Malwarebytes has blocked this already, but the domain is meetingzs.com, and ultimately it'll block it here. This is that t.co links. Of course, I'm suspicious of any short link that I do not control. And so these links here will all go to these scam meetings, but these guys are getting out there and installing malware off of people who are just trying to find a job. They're just trying to pay off those loans. They're just trying to get work. And that really is really the challenge that we see here. And that's kind of the first way that they know people are looking for jobs. They know people are desperate. So they are breeding on this desperateness in order to get people to get in on these links. All right, so the second thing is copyright warnings. Mostly those of us content creators. Oh, I got a copyright warning. Now scammers are sending bogus copyright warnings to steal your X login. So favorite Forbes correspondents recently wrote about receiving several fake copyright infringement notices from X. Maybe we need to overhaul the copyright system, both the laws themselves and also how they are responded to on big tech. That might solve some of this. But again, this is not big tech's platform being used. It's you get an email claiming it's from X. We've received a DMCA notice regarding your account. And so it makes the sense that many users would worry they broke about a rule. So it says, hi, and space and nobody's name there because their code sucks. Some recent activity on your page may not fully meet our community standards. Take a moment to review the information. Notice date November 13th. Kindly review the material. If you think it was an error, you can request You can request a check using the link below. Of course, you click on that, it goes to a scammer's website. If no update is received, your page visibility will disappear. No, not my page visibility. So they build in that urgency that causes you to overlook the basic stuff you'd be looking for. And of course, they kind of click through on there, and then it lands you onto an X login page, and then you need to quote unquote log into that, and then they will have officially phished your data. Of course, if the ultimate thing of course, outside of the basic regular stuff, if you do get a legitimate copyright claim, it is not sent. Well, you might get it sent to your email, but it will always appear in your account, so you log directly into your account, and it will contain very, very specific information. And hey, they'll even know your name, by the way, at least your username. So they are now going against these copyright claims because nobody wants to lose their social media in this social media addicted world. That would be the end all, man. Ah, the end is nigh. The end is nigh. I lost my Twitter account. And, of course, now everyone's trying to do 2FA, and 2FA is popping up in places where people weren't expecting it. And this is a downside of using the passkeys and other things like that, because even the passkeys need some form of validation. Even on my passkey system I have now to access these different accounts, I still have to go in there and enter my PIN. I still have to do something. I still get inexplicable pop-ups when I know I need to be logging in. The difference is I know I need to be logging in. So this one is using the fact that people are confused by 2FA, but have come to the realization that they need 2FA. And so they are creating fake sign-in windows, and they are designed to steal your MFA or 2FA credentials so they can break into your account bypassing the MFA. Don't you remember when they told us the MFA just makes the accounts unable to be hacked? And now they're forcing everybody to do away with everything other than a passkey hard-coded to your individual computer. So, when your computer falls off the desk, you can't access anything anymore. And by the way, when the whole world is using passkeys for everything, they're going to find a way to get past the passkeys. We need to stop sitting here going, wow, we have finally evolved to the peak of all technology. We have passkeys now. Nothing will make our accounts insecure. They will be forever locked in perpetual security because of passkeys. Are you really that stupid? Come on. Fake browser pop-ups that look like they're designed, they look exactly like the real sign-in windows. So these browser attacks can fool most anyone, but password managers and a few habits can keep you safe. Of course, don't forget the scam we talked about it a couple months ago, that they're saying here that you can solve all these problems by keeping by using your passwords, and your password manager will be able to detect the page. Well, remember that if you have your password manager automatically detect all the logins on your page, they can be spoofed and they can steal your passwords. You can't win, guys. You can't win. So that's why I think the best way to use the password manager, no autofills. You have to manually approve things from the password manager to the site. And, again, as we talked about last week, you can't stop stupid. You can't stop stupid. Like, there's nothing we can do to make the whole world completely safe from falling for a scam. You can't stop stupid. You're just not going to do it. All right, so researchers have found the Phishing as a Service kit, known as Sneaky 2FA, that's making these capabilities available in criminal marketplaces. That's wonderful. You just buy the little kit and you just add a little JavaScript code, and it just adds a 2FA code onto your site. So, you hack into a site, you plug the code into there, and you just sit back as people, I don't know how to do this stuff, but okay, I'll do it. And then you're just stealing people's accounts and such. Attackers use the kit to create fake browser windows using HTML and CSS. Very deceptive because it even includes a partially rendered address bar showing the legitimate website URL. So much for checking that URL. Normally, we'll tell people to check whether the URL in the address bar matches your expectations, but that will not help. The fake URL bar can fool the human eye. It can't fool a well-designed password manager, except it did. And every password manager was susceptible to it. Some of them have patched it. Some of them have not. While using a password manager consistently matters, not only encourages strong, unique passwords, also helps spot inconsistencies by refusing autofill on suspicious forms. But again, do not use autofill. The autofill feature is what caused the vulnerability in the password managers. So you should manually input the information, but you do it in a way that the password manager detects if this is the legitimate site or not. And that is kind of what you do. So what can we do? As always, you are the first line of defense. Don't click on links and unsolicited emails of any type before verifying and confirming they were sent by someone you trust. Staying informed is also important. And remember, it's not just about trusting what you see on the screen. Layered security stops attackers before they get anywhere. I highlighted that in red because I wanted to remember to talk about a point. One of the reasons we are susceptible to scams in general is because of our education system conditions us to respond to every question, to every pop-up, to everything, which is why we probably need to not have as much technology inside of schools, because we need to have a way to foster better means of training. And if we go into schools and teach them that they have to fill out every survey, they have to fill out every pop-up, they have to fill out every prompt, they are conditioned to fall for scams. And so we need to remember that and not allow them to fall for scams. So there you are, guys. As the world changes, as societal problems change, scammers are on top of this more often than you think. And so you have to be really, really careful, paying attention to not get super excited if you get that job interview you've been looking for. Don't get super excited so fast that you jump right on into it. You got to slow down. You got to verify everything. Scammers are staying up with the times. Are you? There's a good question. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Of course, the entire stream link is in the description down below.